Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
I changed my speakers. All right. And for Clarence, this is you. Okay.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
Hey, yo, lesson here, babe. You come at the king, you best not miss.
We're on that BS again. Yes, because this is what this channel is for. Okay. So if you come to this channel, you're going to see some bullshit. Okay. Well, Candace, appreciate you. So if you don't, this is the car wreck channel. This is train wreck channel. So if you come over here, I'm responding to my detractors and my trolls. Okay. So for it. Oh yeah, your little maple leaf. Yeah, you are here for it. You know, you like train wrecks, man. Train wrecks and ice ships hitting icebergs and shit like that. That's you. Anyhow, let us get started. Don't want to take too long. Um, this is me responding to Clarence Jr., our resident Jabba the Hutt. Better than WrestleMania. I don't think so. It's not one. It's not one of those Titanic battles today. Okay. And I'm reacting to it. I really have not seen it. Okay, I just seen my name in it, and it's only 14 minutes, so I'm gonna react into it fresh. So I don't think it's gonna see. Not it's gonna be very much, but because he's not an intellectual powerhouse. So anyhow, this is dishonest relationship takes. It's at me and Shay Sade. So I don't know what that means, but we're gonna find out. So come along with me, boys and girls. Okay, come along with me because I'll say this off to CJ. Okay, and what he's going through. I'm gonna find it. Oh, one,
They shouldn't have given you ashy blokes YouTube.
and also
Life's tough. Get a helmet, man.
a lot of these cats are short bus people. They need a helmet. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's see what he's got.
Most black women think they have to lower themselves, and you hear it all the time, have to lower themselves to marry a black man. In other words, what they've said consistently, he should be glad that I'm picking him. He should be glad that I'm sacrificing myself to be with him. Because my preference, the man I put on a pedestal is white.
Theories as to why it appears that minority women, including black women, show a preference for white men. And one of the theories is that they do it as an assimilation tactic, right? This belief that and marrying white and marrying into the dominant class, they will essentially be able to receive perhaps more access to resources, a better social standing, and ultimately a more comfortable life, right? So this is one of the theories that the dating divide gives as to why they consistently see minority women all have this preference for white men.
All right, so we all heard the exact same thing. And quite frankly, this is one of the bigger issues that I have with the online relationship conversation is oftentimes there's just a lot of things that are stated that are just hyperbolic.
Basically, you have many, many books reading about this. Hyperbolic. Come on, man. That's why, but they piss me off. Niggas don't read. How much proof do you need? How much proof do you need? And these two women were not online. They wrote a book. Okay? Jim Tendanius was not online when he wrote social dominance theory. Okay? Bell Hooks said the same shit before there wasn't online. How much proof do you need?
Untrue, dishonest. And this is one of those situations. Like at a certain point, we just have to be honest. Like we all heard.
Where's your proof?
What we just heard. Like, the facts, the data, and the statistics are out there. As a matter of fact, I'm going to present them to you. All of the facts, data, and statistics show you that when black women marry, over 93% of the time, they marry a black man. All the stats are going to show you. Black men marry out twice as much as black women.
Everybody knows that, Clarence. Everybody knows that, but you're not arguing in good faith, okay? You're not arguing in good faith. Why do they marry? Why do they marry in group? Okay, most groups marry in group. Why do they marry in group? Okay, because they don't have no choice. Why do black women marry in group? Why? Why? Why?
I got nowhere else to go! I got nowhere else to go!
In group, Clarence.
All the stats are going to show you. Black women marry out the least out of everybody. It's just not true.
Why do they marry out, Clarence? Why can't they marry out?
I got nowhere else to go! I got nowhere else to go!
That's why, Clarence.
Quite frankly, I mean, I'm sorry. It's not true. The idea that black women put white men on a pedestal, it's not true. The idea that black women, they always had this plan to get with the white man to level themselves up, and they have the white man in a higher regard than the black man. It's not true.
It's coming out of their own mouths, Clarence. It's not true. Prove that it's not true. Coming out of their own mouths. This is what they're saying. It's not what black men are saying. They're saying it, okay? They say it. In their own literature, they say it, okay?
The fact of the matter is, black women, just like all other genders and all other races, they tend to marry within the group, by and large. And that's true across mostly all other groups. But just to throw this out there, as time has went on, my thoughts and feelings on interracial dating has evolved. And I'm at the point now, I don't have a problem with anybody dating anybody. Like, as a matter of fact, I'm at the stage now where it's like, look, in today's time, 2024, if you can find you a man, if you can find you a woman that's down for you, that loves you, that's in lockstep with you, y'all found an agreement on the gender roles and the bills and everything that y'all two are comfortable with. You're attracted to them, they're attracted to you. You love them, they love you.
Oh, so now you're coming along to the red pill, okay? You've evolved, okay? The red pill has been saying that for decades, okay? For a couple of decades, they've been saying the same shit. The exact same shit you've been saying you disagreed with a year ago, 2 years ago, okay? It's called Why don't you read the book, Clarence? Why don't you actually read the material? You're pulling statistics out of your ass without clarification. Why can't black men who are like 2.5 million less black men marry out at a greater rate? Why, Clarence? Why? Let me let it play.
You're going to be with them through thick and thin. They're going to do the same for you. Hey, I don't care if they purple. In 2024, if you can find that, you better go ahead and I wouldn't care what nobody said. Now I'm with the black woman, but if I happen to be single and I were to come across a white woman and we hit it off and we got together, and we would just be together, and I wouldn't care what nobody said about it. Like, seriously.
So what's the issue, man? What's your issue? Okay? What's the issue? You had a white woman say the exact same thing. Okay? You had many women say the exact same thing. Okay? How much proof do you need? How many TikToks? How many videos? How many books? How much proof do you need? How much proof do you need? And it's not just particularly to black women. Asian women actually marry out more than any other group. more than any other group. It's almost 50%. Why is that? Why do Asian women prefer white men? Okay, now you talk about black men, Asian women, Latinos in number actually marry out more than any other group as far as number. Why is that, Clarence?
Like I said, part of that comes from, hey, it's 2024 and it's so hard for people to have relationships in general. You better take it how you can get it.
You sound like a goddamn woman. Okay.
But the second part of that is just my faith, my religion, Christianity. And being with somebody who has the same belief as me is far more important than their skin color. Honestly, the more that important that faith and belief becomes to me.
You still have not disproven our argument. You really haven't really stated the argument. Okay. If you want to talk about Christianity and that kind of stuff, if that's what you really want to talk about, I'm a Gnostic. We can talk about that. Stop mixing the stuff up. Stop talking about your personal feelings. If you want to talk about your personal feelings, keep my name out of it. You can say what you got to say about how you feel, what your outlook on relationships is, your personal relationship is, without my name in it. All you did is put 2 small clips of me and her to actually get clout. Okay, really all it is. So I'm giving you way more attention than you actually deserve. Okay, so what? Admixture is normal. Admixture is normal. I keep saying that. All over the world, in all civilizations, and all groups, all societies, you have 2 groups in proximity to each other. They're going to mix. That's normal.
The less important your race is. Like, the neighborhood I'm going to live in has very little to do with race. Has mostly to do with, hey, what do the people believe in this neighborhood? How do they act? What do they practice? So yeah, there's that. Like, to me, like, if you getting hung up on race, that's silly, honestly. But I understand, like, people have preferences. Like me, I would date anybody if I were single, but I definitely have a preference for black women. Just like the majority of black men have a preference.
It has nothing to do with it, right? What they stated, and what the facts show, because one thing about online dating, man, people actually put in their preference. Okay. Basically, what I was saying is that black women feel that they have to settle for you, but you didn't play the whole clip. Or you played with like a minute maybe about what I said, a minute, and you played another minute about what Shay Sade said. But that's what you respond to, really. And the rest of this crap that you're talking about has nothing to do with what we said. Nothing.
For black women, the majority of black women have a preference for black men. Like, it's just like, think about all the talk we have about baby mamas and all this and that. What are we talking about? We're talking about black women having kids, by and large, with black men.
You know why? You know why, Clarence? You know why?
I got nowhere else to go! I got nowhere else to go!
Acting like black women have a choice, okay? You're acting like white men would have them, okay? If white men would have black women in the same numbers that black men would have black women, you see a whole different story, in my opinion. In my opinion.
But then we turn right around and say, oh man, they just want to have a white man. They got the white man on the pedestal. No, it's just not true.
It is true.
It's not true.
You haven't proven that.
It's not.
You haven't. How do you know? You haven't proven it.
Once again, for the most part.
You haven't proven it, Clarence. You're just saying it's not true. That's not gonna be shit goes nowhere. You have no proof. You spent in the whole video, like we're 7 minutes into the video, right? You haven't proven shit.
Black men prefer black women, and black women prefer black men. For those who date out, there's a couple of different reasons. One reason is, hey, grew up in a particular area, was a lot of white people there, or whatever. Or hey, I just met somebody who happened to be white or Asian or Hispanic, and they were attractive when we hit it off, and so it is what it is. Or in some instances, this does happen. In some cases, there are black men and black women who do seek to date outside of their race because of what they've been through, right? There are black men and black women who have been, used, abused, lied on, cheated on, taken advantage of, hands put on them, inappropriate things in terms of, bedroom activities and adults and, right?
Oh, come on, man. Everybody should have listened to this, man. This is garbage. Okay. This is hot garbage. Okay. I thought that you were actually going to go detailed and prove your case. Okay. And not give your opinion. This is dumb shit. Okay. The literature is there. Okay. The theories are there. The books are there. The stats actually bear out what they're saying. The women themselves have said it out of their own mouths. Okay. I don't know. I love to see a white man with a black woman, but I can't stand to see a black man. I love to see a black woman with a white man, but I can't stand to see a black man with a white woman. Why? Why? It's because they don't have the same access. Okay. In other words,
I got nowhere else to go! I got nowhere else to go!
they keep leaving the white man out of the equation. The white man has to accept them. White men marry out the least. The white man has to accept them. And guess who's at the bottom of the list for white men? It's black women. Okay? That's why. If you go to OkCupid or you go to any dating site where they actually tabulate the preference of women without them being out in public, guess what they say? Black women text and hit up white men the most. That's their first choice. That's their first choice. The data is here. The data is out there. Okay, it comes out of their own mouths. They get pissed because they don't have no place else to go.
So there are some black men and black women who have been through some real things.
That has nothing to do with what I said. I said that black women feel they have to settle for you. That's why they call you Dusty. That's why they require so much more out of you than a white man. That's what I said. But you didn't even debate what I said as far as the video. You played one little clip that you wanted to argue about because you want to get your feelings out. But you didn't debunk or anything that I really said because you didn't play the whole video. You didn't play her whole video. So all you did was play a couple of clips and riff off it. That's why I always say, that's why I named it what it is, right? Okay.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
I know you graduated from college. I know you're a teacher and you don't read. You don't read. There's stats and there's why the stats exist. You haven't explained why the stats exist, have you? That's why this is a waste of time. That's why I didn't do it pre-recorded. I actually wanted to just do it live and get it out the way. And basically, it's worse than I thought it was. Let me skip ahead, man, and see if he said anything that's worthwhile. So far, hasn't said anything worthwhile.
In romantic relationships, in parent-child relationships, it's the black woman's fault it's been raining all week. I understand that. It's like I understand that there's a segment of men who they want to hear that everything is because of the black woman. I'm in Maryland. It's been raining for about 3 days straight. Hey, I know.
And there we go. The whole tapping for pussy. Simping, okay? Simping, okay? Everything's black woman's fault. Who do you blame it on? When I said about black women being responsible for the woman, what do you go? What about the man? What about the man? You want to make it what? As always, right? As always. When in doubt, go back to rule number 1, right?
I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
I'm hearing out of this dude. It's always Jermaine's fault.
It's the black woman's fault it's been raining all week. I understand that. You know, and LSU lost to Caitlin Clark. It's the black woman's fault. I understand. Trust me, I understand. Everything's the black woman's fault. I hear you. But like at a certain point, like, let's just be honest. Let's just tell the truth. And the truth is, black men marry out twice as much as black women do. The swirl movement is not nearly as large as we make it out to be.
No, nobody makes it out to be anything. That the stats bear their out. Who makes out the swirl movement to be bigger than it should be? It's not black men. It ain't black men that talk about swirling. Who talks about swirling and dating out and divesting and dusties and how little black men are worth? Who does that? I've been doing that for what? For 4 decades. Who does that? The color purple. Okay? Who does that? It ain't us. That's what it's really about. Because you're a simp, you're a gynocrat. You don't want to admit it. You're a fucking gynocrat. And you're worse than the women. I was just saying this on Mr. Z's channel, right? Every gynocrat ain't a woman. Every gynocrat is not a woman. You got a lot of male gynocrats. Most of your black men are gynocrats.
First of all, we have the whole passport SYSBM
Here we go.
thing going on.
There we go.
How long has that been going on?
It actually has been going on for about 5 years. So what? What about it?
MGTOW, save yourself, black man. How long has that been going?
14 years. What about it? That's his problem. Where's your solution?
And that's just the online thing. But there's a whole lot of black men that's been doing that without getting online. Like, come on now. We don't remember the picture of the Knicks holiday party?
Who?
All those brothers with all them non-black, like, come on, man.
See, that's his problem, okay? That's his problem. He's a gynocrat. He's a gynocrat.
We don't remember brothers using Bronny James' prom picture, like, you see, sister, that's what you get.
No, you fool. Who complained about Bronny James in his date? Okay, it was not black men. Okay, he's a gynocrat. Black women went nuts over Bronny James dating whoever he dated, right? It wasn't black men that said anything. It's black women that said it. Black women actually go nuts over that. But guess what? In Clarence's world, guess what? What did I say?
I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
Put that at the beginning of every video that you do. It's always Jermaine's fault. Get it out the way.
We haven't seen men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s using the dating choices of zillennials.
What the fuck are you talking about? Dating choices of zillennials. What are you talking about?
As a club to hit black women over the head with? We haven't heard black men for the longest time saying that black women are the least desired?
That's borne out by the charts, okay? Black women say that themselves, okay? Black women say they're the least desired. They said that themselves, okay? We didn't. And they are.
We haven't been sitting around and saying that there's an 80-20 rule where 80% of black women want 20% of the men.
Basically those are white men, okay, with the Pareto principle, okay? That's white manosphere talking points about the 80-20 rule, okay? That's where it comes from.
And all of these kids in Black America are coming from a small percentage of men. So you just sat there and been telling us all this time that black women are into black men so much that they're sharing baby daddies.
That has been around for a long time, okay? And guess what? The reason But you didn't mention that 1.2 million babies born from black women didn't come from black men. Forgot that little part, right? And there probably would be more if what? If white men would get them pregnant. If white men would get them pregnant, if white men would accept them more, black women would have been over the fence a long time ago. Loving versus Virginia was not a black man and a white woman. It was a black woman and a white man. Most of your HBCUs were set up so that the offspring of the white slave master and his black concubine could go to school. Black women were not brought over here to be our wives. They're brought over to be the concubine to white men. Okay, and then after emancipation, they were forced together. Go read Diane Williams' book, Black Women and Black Love. They say it in their own literature, sir. Do you read? Or do you bother to read? Why I get tired of hearing this, you know? Dumb motherfuckers trying to ice skate uphill. The same shit. I could have got this from the local divester, okay? I didn't need you. So basically, all that stuff that you're saying you're going to debunk what I'm saying is all about you complaining about the manosphere. Everything you complain about the manosphere for the last 4 years is coming out in this video. So unless you got something that is better than this, refrain from putting my name in your titles. If this is the bullshit that you're going to send me, if this is the bullshit argument that you're going to have, keep me out of it. I don't have time, Clarence. Go back to the low IQ section of the short bus that you came from and stay there, right? Unfortunately, this channel needs material. Okay, it's the only reason I'm doing it. Otherwise, I would have not even bothered. But the thing is, sometimes you got to make content, and you got to take the content where you see it. Okay, got to take your content where it is, and this is where it is. Anyhow, all black men want pretty babies. That is true. That is true. So the thing is that are there black women that have a preference for black men? Yes. Okay. Are there reasons for that? Yes. But all women and she didn't say black women in particular. All women across the board in white dominated areas, white Western areas want what? White men. Go down to Latin America, you're gonna see the exact same shit. Okay? The exact same shit. It doesn't change. That's what we're talking about. We're trying to explain why black women require so much from black men in dating and mating. Okay? That's all the video was about, but you never addressed that. You never addressed that. You took one clip to actually spew out your hatred and your bile. That's all you did. And then part of you actually agreed with us. Why put race into it? And then you proceeded to put race into it. Anyhow. Anyway, y'all. Got another minute and then it's 30. Yeah, they got no place else to go. They have no place else to go. But this is the kind of rhetoric that passes for intellectual discourse. He believes he's smarter than me. That's why he put it up that way. Same thing with Big J Triple X. They believe that they're smarter than me. Same thing with the other chick, from the chat. They believe that they're smarter. They really do. They believe that the bile that comes out of their mouth is the honest to God truth. If you want to debate something, really debate something, Clarence, come see me. Other than that, man, go do your content, man. Stop putting my name in your titles because I don't go looking for you. Anyhow, that's about 30 minutes, y'all. With that, thank you guys for coming. Appreciate you. And I got other stuff I got to do. I wish a Green Gorilla had been here. Put a like on the video if you can. If you're here watching, put a like on it. Now, if Femi or Clarence is in the chat, ghost watching, speak up. I'll bring you up. That's why I gave you an hour and a half to actually come up and rebut. So if you're ghost watching or you're spying in, go ahead and type in the chat. I'll bring you up. I'll give you a couple of minutes. I'll bring you up. But the things what you don't like is you have a black woman agreeing with what I'm saying. Now, Shay Sade, to my knowledge, is not a white woman or a black man. She's a black woman married to a black man that happens to have white friends. They say the exact same thing that I'm saying. We're trying to dig up the truth so we can actually solve this shit. But you keep niggas like this that can't get past they're being non-select and try to push the shit off on us. Okay. My preference is black women. I've been with nothing but black women. I could have married white. I could have lived in a white suburb and had a white bread job and had little white male friends. Okay. Because I had them when I was in school. If that was my preference, I prefer black women. In fact, I go out of my way to prefer black women. Because it's my preference. My mother never said anything about who I could marry. She's perfectly fine if I had married a white woman. My brother's married to a Filipina. Okay. My son is married to a Latina. My preference is black women. And I have suffered for it. I have taken all our dysfunction and I've lived our dysfunction, okay? Because that's what I prefer. And sometimes it would have been a hell of a lot easier to actually pick a white woman or a Latina or an Asian woman. So don't give me this bullshit about hating black women, okay? I love my little black daughter. In fact, my baby mama, you can't get no darker than her, okay? You can't. Can't get no darker than what she was. Can't get no darker than my youngest daughter. Can't get no darker than my sister. Okay, they're jet black. Okay, I do mean jet black. So don't give me that shit. Anyhow, so Sam, I told my mom and warned me to avoid black women, but I still chose. Yeah, that's preference. That's preference. So I want to hear that shit. Yeah, they rather be right than accurate. Okay, that's the problem. And well, that's why people think I put Jabba the Hutt as his thumbnail because I'm being funny. He does look like Jabba the Hutt. He really does. Anyhow, man, let me get out of here, y'all. Thanks for coming and hit it, Dusty.